is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Rye Guy's favorite Christmas movies.
Hi, I'm Rye Guy, and I love Rye Guy's favorite Christmas movies.
I'm Dan, and I love Rye Guy, and I despise Rye Guy's favorite
just play the
Christmas
song.
movies.
Just play
And
the
this
song.
is
Don't
the
let
Dead
it
to
go.
Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, hello, everybody. Happy Christmas in July to you. It's great to be here today. It's been a long time coming, Rye Guy. You've been talking about this movie in particular that we're talking about today, To Grandmother's House We Go, for quite some time. And when given the opportunity...
You're in big trouble, mister.
When given the opportunity to... You brought this to us. You said, hey, let's maybe do some of my faves.
No, this was your idea.
Okay.
You can take it to the tape. This was your idea. And then we circled back to it.
I know I had no part of it.
Yeah, I can promise you this was your idea.
So, were you, let's talk To Grandmother's House We Go. Share a little backstory about how we got here today. Why is this one of Rye Guy's faves?
Yeah, no, I probably saw this when it debuted on ABC. I was, the Olsen twins are only a year or so older than me. They're a pillar of my childhood. Brand, I'll be curious when we get to your hot take if we've never really talked. Like, were you a big Olsen twin follower at a young age? No? All right. No. I was watching them solve crimes by dinner time all the time. And so
What
Full
was
House
that
I like.
stat? About how many movies?
14 made for television, 2 in theatrical releases. They did 16 movies from the age of 4 until they were 15.
Not counting all of the
Not counting
which
200 episodes of Full House or whatever that is.
Right.
So
and all the direct video 30 minutes they did.
No, but the direct to video movies, theatrical releases, that number I believe is 16 or 17, and then 200 episodes of Full House. There is no worlds where there weren't child labor logs broken. The math doesn't math.
Yeah. There's actually one of the there's a gag reel on one of the VHSs, and I watched it recently,
and you just got sad
that you were.
Well, yeah, no,
watching
it's
a
like
gag
it's
reel
like
on
they're
a
supposed
VHS?
to, but it's like they're supposed to be funny moments, and they're at this point 8 or 9, I think, and I was just these girls are so overworked and beat down by this system. It's just it's just them forgetting their lines, and none of it's funny. It's just they're just can I just go to the park? That's not what they're saying, but that's what I took away from it.
Dude, no, it's
100%.
it's tough.
But To Grandmother's House We Go. You saw
yeah,
it.
and so I'm sure I saw it when it first premiered. But it really came into focus for me as part of 25 Days for Christmas on ABC Family.
Absolutely.
In 2001,
along with some other classics that we've reviewed with you in the past.
Yes. I still have it. My VHS recording of that 3 Days, which is another ripper, which we would have reviewed, but we couldn't find it anywhere.
That's right.
And so, I watch this movie every year. It's my evening of December 23rd, and I'll talk more about it.
It's Christmas
in
Eve.
the
This
hot
is
take.
your
And
December 23rd
This is Christmas Eve.
it's I'll Be Home for Christmas with JTT and this are on December 23rd. Yes.
God almighty.
And Dan, maybe we just skip you. later,
Listen, if it's gonna hurt your feelings, then maybe we.
No,
should.
I'll be fine. I asked this.
Can I
Were
tell
you
you the
hesitant at all
craziest
about this one?
Yes, the only thing I literally would not review with Dan is the original Power Rangers film, because I think we'd actually come to blows. But
Well,
everything
I
else
think
can do.
I know we'll get into this as we move forward, but I think you're gonna know what my hot take is. But I will say 2 things, right? One,
Yes.
I can see how you got here with this. I don't know if I can see how you get here every year, but I can see how you got here and why this movie is important to you, given when you were born and when this came out. The other thing I can tell you is 20 minutes into this movie, I realized I'd seen it before. As a 12-year-old child, this was an ABC movie of the week.
This movie did huge numbers on
This
television.
movie
by
did
the way.
bonkers numbers. When they start to run away, I said out loud, they can't leave the block. I know they can't leave the block. How do I know they can't leave the block?
Very funny sequence.
And it is because I have seen this movie before as a middle schooler. So there's that.
Something to put a pin in. I have reviewed "I'll Be Home for Christmas," JTT's movie with
I didn't pick it with Alonzo.
With Alonzo, but I think it's still fair game.
I've never seen that movie.
Dan's never seen it. I think it's
All
fair
right,
game for the future.
I tried to not pick anything you did with Alonzo.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But if that day, Dan's
I saw this one a long time ago
Yeah.
when it aired.
Let's talk about this. To Grandmother's House we go. It was an ABC release on December 6, 1992. Your boy was almost 11 months old.
Wow, cool.
Almost.
How old were you, Rye Guy?
92, you said, Brand?
92.
There's no way I watched this live then. I thought it was 94. I'm 2. Yeah.
2.
He's
Yeah,
two.
Yeah,
there you go.
there's zero. I mean, I guess maybe it was on in the background, but I did not watch
Your
this
boy
cohesively.
was-
Your first memory is this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Your boy was nine. Your boy was 9. So
Yeah.
prime wheelhouse there. So not in middle school, elementary school. I thought this was 94
So,
as well.
do
My
you
bad.
think it's possible that you recall it because you watched it originally?
Oh, I watched it when it came. No, that's why I recall it. Is I watched it when it came out live.
Wow.
Like I did.
First airing of this is a huge deal. It was a big promoted ABC
Because this
Sunday
is like
night
their
movie.
first big movie,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Full House at this point is already the number one
Is
show.
the number? Yeah, it's a
Bon-
big deal. Yes.
Bonkers.
92.
And I didn't realize that Jeff Franklin?
Jeff Franklin.
Jeff Franklin, Full
directed
House
it.
guy, also directed. Does he do other movies of theirs, or was this just a special?
He might have done Double Toil and Trouble, but I no, I think this was because it was ABC. Once they get to the direct to video stuff, I think those are probably lesser known names directing those.
Fair enough. All right. It originally went December 6, 1992. It went a little something like this. We meet 5-year-old twins Sarah and Julie. They are little stinkers. I think that's safe to say. And they give their single mother, Rhonda, plenty of trouble. She also is actively annoyed, Rhonda is, by this delivery driver named Eddie, who is very into her. She is not into him. The next day, they are out trying to make a snowman with the little snow that is on the ground, but Eddie comes by, steps on their little snowman when he gets out of the truck. He delivers a present from their grandparents, and on grandma in particular, grandmother. On the outside of it, there's a note about them coming for Christmas for a carnival. Julie says that they can't go there for Christmas. Eddie is not thrilled to find out that Rhonda is a mom. He didn't know that this whole time. After overhearing their mom admit that she needs a break from the girls decide to run away and spend Christmas with Grandma. Their plans quickly go off the rails when they realize, as Dan said, they can't cross the street. So they decide to hop on a bus. Apparently they can do that. But it only travels downtown. So they start wandering around the city and end up finding Eddie. They secretly climb into the back of his truck without him knowing, because surely he's going to grandmother's house. But they need to use the restroom, and that's when Eddie discovers the girls. Eddie ends up enjoying hanging out with the girls and ends up buying a lottery ticket using the girls' birthdays as his numbers. The guy's a lottery ticket addict. Back home, the girls' babysitter realizes that the girls have disappeared. She calls Rhonda. Eddie calls Rhonda and says that he's going to bring the girls home. But just as he's about to do that, his delivery truck gets stolen with Sarah and Julie inside.
By the Sticky Bandits.
The Sticky Bandits. What are they called?
Mary and Harv.
What are they called?
They're not.
The name of the duo?
The FPD
The
Bandits.
FPD
It's,
Bandits.
That's right.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as Harvey.
That was off the top of my head, by the way.
Really good, really
Yeah.
good. Otherwise
So
known as
proud of you.
Harvey and Shirley.
Shirley and Harv.
Shirley and Harvey.
Not
duo.
Harry and Marv.
No, very
Shirley and Harv. A year or two after Home Alone. Not Harry and Marv.
different.
Shirley and Harv.
It's different.
It's its own thing.
It's their own thing.
They're on the road the whole time. The movies aren't even remotely similar.
Nothing similar. They're shocked to discover 2 little girls in the back of the truck. This is becoming a little bit of a thing that happens in this movie. Seeing an opportunity to make some real money, they decide that they're going to try to get ransom money in return for returning the girls. They convince the girls that they're taking them to grandmother's house, though. Shirley calls Rhonda and makes a demand for $10,000 in cash, arranging the exchange at the ice rink in Edgemont, where grandmother's house is, at the carnival, instructing Rhonda to wear a red hat. Rhonda and Eddie pawn the contents of a delivery truck full of packages to get the $10,000. A detective hears about these suspicious pawns and assumes that Eddie and Rhonda must be the criminals that they've been looking for. Turns out, of course, they're really looking for Harvey and Shirley. Harvey accidentally reveals to the girls that they aren't going to the grandmother's house, and so the girls are mad, and so they run away just as Rhonda shows up to pick the girls up. The girls race off in a carriage, so Eddie, an aspiring cowboy, jumps on a horse and races after them and rescues them right outside of Grandma's house. The detective shows up to arrest Eddie and Rhonda, still convinced that they are the bad guys, but Harvey confesses to everything. Eddie, Rhonda, and the girls, they make it back for the lottery drawing, and they win big bucks, and Eddie and Rhonda kiss. They use the money to return every pawn package to its rightful owner, and they all spend Christmas together. And that, my friends, was
To Grandmother's House We Go. We did it.
Was that okay, right,
Good
guy?
job, Fran. Really good job.
Okay.
Good.
Really good job.
Seal of approval from Rye
You,
Guy.
I would have. I could have. You could have expanded a bit more, but I thought it was good.
To get the nuance of Mary Kate and Ashley on the lamb.
All right, we're going to talk about it on the other side of the break. Come on back for that, okay? We'll be right back here on
Dental Hallmark.
Welcome back, everybody, to Rye Guy's Faves, special Christmas in July.
Rye
thing
Guy's
we're
Criterion Closet.
doing. That's exactly right. Up first, the December 23rd yearly viewing for Rye Guy of To Grandmother's House We Go. Let's start with a hot take. I'll start with you, Rye Guy. You like this one?
Yeah, this movie's an absolute ripper. Listen, we already kind of expanded on a lot of the backstory and pre-show chatter. I will say that if I was to look at this movie as objectively as possible, which is tough.
Yeah.
What I will actually give you one big negative here in a second. But what I think I like about this movie, when taking the nostalgia out of it, is that 92. I think the movie does a good job. The opening scene, like, kids delivering newspapers. I think it feels, and I think Dan's going to roll his eyes at this, but hopefully you know what I mean. I think it feels decently timeless in the sense of that, like, it's a film that it was made in 92, but I think really can work. It doesn't really specify itself as the 90s. I think it works in any time period. I watch this movie on Christmas Eve because it feels like Christmas for me. It's a pleasant, simple little film. And I think Rhea Perlman and Jerry Van Dyke are really, really funny in this movie. You don't think they're really funny, Dan?
I adore Jerry Van Dyke, and I think everything he says is a stitch in anything that he's in, including Coach. So I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
You don't like Coach, Dan?
I said that, including Coach. I said like everything he says.
Seems a little backhanded.
My reaction was left over from you saying the movie's timeless.
It feels timeless to me. Yeah,
I have a very different take there, but
they show this on AMC yearly.
Rhea
movie
Perlman,
classic.
Rhea Perlman, and Jerry Van Dyke are absolutely the stars of this program. Yes.
Yeah. And listen, the Olsen twins in terms of fame are arguably the biggest child stars of all time. Arguably
in contention. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Shirley Temple, them, but I don't think anyone would say, especially at this age, like they're stinking cute, right? Like, I don't know if acting was ever truly their gift. I actually think they're decent actresses by the time they hit their teenage years. But they do what needs to be done here. Like, they're cute and they're excited for Christmas and they're lost and on the lamb and they're very, very good. The biggest problem with this film is that Eddie is written to just be a really awful guy until
tough.
like the last 15 minutes. And as I watch it as an adult, it's even later into the film than I remember that like he only cares about money and not the well-being of these two children until very, very, very late into the game. Yeah, Bran, I don't know. I don't want to belabor the point. I love this film. It works for me.
You watch it every December 23rd. Yeah, you love it. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ultimately, whereas with like Space Jam, here's what I was thinking about. With Space Jam, I was actually making a case for why I think that you specifically, Dan, are too low on it in terms of like the stuff they're doing in terms of the meta humor and blah, blah, blah. I just think this movie is fun and simple and pleasant, and it makes me feel good. And so I really, really like it, Brandon. And make fun of that, Dan.
Make fun of that, Dan. I watched this movie for the first time December 21st, 2025. I know that because I sent a picture of it to my friend Rye Guy. I watched it on the aforementioned AMC. It is an American movie classic.
Literally.
During the holiday season, yes. And I texted him a picture of it. 30 minutes in, I was like, this Eddie guy's a real creep. 2 hours later, I get a text from Rye Guy that just says, you hated it, crying emoji. And to that, I will respond by this. I did not hate it.
He did.
But I also did not plan on ever watching it again. So now I have
Twice
watched
in 1
it.
year.
Now I've watched it twice in 1 year. I think I'm good for a while. Mary-Kate and Ashley are cute as the day is long. They're cute little girls that are looking off screen for every one of their lines, looking for whoever is, if it's a parent, if it's a coach, whatever. Jeff Franklin telling them what to do next. And it is very cute. I can't get past Eddie. Eddie is not likable.
An awful person.
Yeah, he's
Even
a real
at
dirtbag.
the end of this movie,
Real
I
dirtbag.
am mad that she kissed him. I am mad that they spent Christmas together because Eddie sucks. And I will say a very interesting creative choice to constantly have him and then overlaying cowboy footage throughout the movie to ultimately make when he gets on the horse
Makes
to
sense. Yeah.
yeah, to
Thrilling
like,
sequence.
to like I don't even know necessarily if it works, but it was an intriguing creative choice by Mr. Franklin in this regard. So no, this movie's not for me. I did not watch it until I was an adult. My children, though, I did show it to them, and they did have a good time. So there you go. Dano?
Yeah, so I'm glad Rye Guy brought up Space Jam because that's gonna like help really cushion this a bit because
I'm crushing it.
I think Space Jam sucks in any context. I want to be very clear. In fact, I've not told you this. I told Brandon this and he couldn't stay seated. I watched both of those films 2 months ago with my children, and I think
you told me you think the second one's better.
Yeah. Oh, I did tell you.
Insane take.
I think the second one's better, and I don't even think
lose
it's
all credibility.
I don't
but
think
it's
it's particularly close. I think the second one's that much better. There is no universe. There's no timeline. There's no year or date where Space Jam is a good movie. That is not true about To Grandmother's House We Go. I don't think this movie is timeless at all. I think it wears its age so incredibly heavily. It is a time capsule. I think that in the cultural zeitgeist of Mary-Kate and Ashley, like this is a very important bedrock of their origin story. For better or worse, it is. I think this movie cemented them as a bigger deal relative to the other child stars on these other TGIF shows. A bigger deal than Jaleel White as Steve Urkel, or not a child star, but Bronson Pinchot Balky in Perfect Strangers, or all of these characters that had like punchlines on these sitcoms that were so popular in the 80s and 90s. This movie is a 1992 time capsule. How it is filmed, to what it does for its stars, everything about it exists in a world that doesn't work now. Like I hated it. I want to be very clear, but I understand why I remembered it as a 9-year-old who probably really, really loved it as someone who didn't get to watch much television when I was 9 years old. So I appreciate what it says because I remember being the age I was watching it. But like now, all I see is a story that makes no sense, and I know it's not supposed to. And then I see two child actors that are just incredibly overworked, a really creepy male lead, and then a squandering of the talents of Rhea Perlman and Jerry Van Dyke, who are so good and so funny and so much better than this material, but are not above the material. They're there and they're hamming it up and they're doing the best they can. So I say all that to say, for Rye Guy, I saw the movie and I was like, I can't believe I did this again. But I get, Rye Guy, why it's a staple for you. I would never. I don't ever want to see it again. But I don't like. It's not where Space Jam. I think is an all-time bad movie. That movie was in the theaters. That movie was pitched as this thing. This movie knows exactly what it is, and it plays to the audience it's supposed to play to. And for folks that were born, like for folks like me who were on the tail end of this kind of stuff when this movie came out, I look at this movie and I'm like, I remember why I like that. But for folks who were infants or toddlers when this movie came out, I can see, if you love Christmas and love nostalgia, which my buddy Rye Guy does, how this is an all-timer. I can see that, and I don't begrudge that of you, and I'm thrilled that you love it. Now, and I don't want to spoil anything.
No, I think that's fine there.
You want me to stop? Okay, I'll stop.
No, keep going.
I was going to say, if there was a world where we had possibly watched next week's movie, and if I don't have the same feelings about next week's movie.
Interesting.
So I'll give you that as a little bit of a primer for.
I thought you'd be higher on it. Interesting.
I'll give you that as a little bit of a primer for what we're going to get into next.
Primer.
I've heard it both. Apparently, it is primer, but I think primer makes so much
like
more
prime
sense.
the pump. Mm-hmm. Primer like an early like intro to education or basic.
So the educators are wrong about it. That's interesting.
That's what I was trying to say. Sure,
that's what I took away from it.
That's the big takeaway. All the feels, Right Guy. I'm sure you have feels.
Christmas Eve.
Oh my God.
Christmas Eve. I mean, Bran, like, didn't you get like full body chills during that? It's just a crowd of people chanting about how awesome Christmas Eve is. Gets me every time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Do you chant at home?
When Alyssa's not around. Yeah. Like that's just like any day.
My kids are
like,
big chanters. My twin boys are big chant people.
Chanting is awesome.
Chanting's awesome.
Some great chants.
So cool.
Some great chants they've done over the years. Some real good ones.
So that's it. And also shout out, my other feels is shout out to Aaron Shea and Langley for being so supportive of getting this to where we got it here right now today on Deck the Hallmark.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. I'm Langley.
I will say Jerry Van Dyke is very funny in this movie.
Yeah.
I specifically, the scene that made me chuckle the most is when the girls find out that they are not going to grandma's house. They're on these ponies. They're going around in circle and they're yelling at him, and just his pure like horror and embarrassment as everybody around him stares at him like, what has this man done?
Yeah.
He is not an elf.
I really liked that. And also, although I don't like Eddie, him getting on the horse in the spinny thing and going, "You're free. You don't have to do this anymore." But it goes around in a circle a few times. I did get a little chuckle out of that. Dano?
The H word bit really worked for me here. There's something about him saying "what the hell" and then them having this big reaction.
You didn't have to say it.
Which was so like the way they corrected and everything, and like what it was really, really funny. And then I will say this, for all the things this movie is just like useless and like doesn't do anything for me, the twins at 4 PTSD was wild for me. Like having twins, once they're 5 and over, parenting is easier, like I would say, than having one, because they have a best friend. They have somebody to play with every day. You know what I mean? The first day of school, they're not nervous because they're walking in with somebody else that's experienced the same thing. There's all these reasons that having twins is easier. But before they're like fully potty trained or fully, completely, like right around 4, and it's like everything is your seatbelt's not buckled, my seatbelt's like all of that stuff. Like everything is like, it's harder. It's way harder. And I like watching them recreate some of that, even though Mary-Kate and Ashley's soul really wasn't in it. But like watching them recreate some of these classic twin arguments that are so silly, it was like, felt like I was in the car. I felt like I was in the car with my boys. And I'm thrilled that we're done with that stage. Like, I just am thrilled. So, there's that.
I just think that was so rude to Mary-Kate and Ashley.
How rude?
4-year-old souls weren't really in.
Well, I mean, like, I stand by what I said. Like, 4-year-olds fighting, that's their whole world. These two kids are clearly like, I got here first. That's not every 4-year-old says it like it's the Gettysburg Address. Like they say it like This is it. Like, I'm planting a flag on the moon. Like, these two kids are like probably on take 10. They probably worked a 12-hour day. I got here first. Like, there's nothing in it.
Was that good, Mr. Franklin?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just don't have any. I got nothing there. Yeah.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to the Wait What's and the What the Hallmark here on
Take the Hallmark.
This is what I'll say, folks. I thought those two segments were a pretty good primer. We primed the pump. We're ready to rock and roll. We're heading in the Wait What. We're having a good time.
Nothing like Brand leaning into when he's wrong. It's the best.
Right, guy? What you waiting and what you wanting?
A truly awful babysitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Like, they were gone for a couple hours at that
ridiculous.
point.
Yeah. Like I can give her maybe a little bit of grace that, like, she's got her own baby there. It's an infant. Like, so to, but you didn't hear any noise for, like, these two kids don't shut up.
To put it
right?
in perspective, how bad she is, the same thing happened in The Way Home with Tessa. And Tessa, after that moment, literally didn't want to be a mom anymore.
Yeah.
That's like,
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
going to work for Capone.
I'm going to work for Capone. That's exactly right. What happened to this babysitter is life altering. She's going to jump in a pond and never come back.
To be fair, we don't see her again after
That's
this, so maybe she jumps in the pond.
Jumps in the pond.
That was season
Dude,
5.
to grandmother's house we go. Way Home crossover.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's nuts.
Yeah, that'd be wild. There was just no way Rhea Perlman would have known if Rhonda went to the cops. It's one of my bigger pet peeves in all of films.
Wow.
No cops. Not just this, but like it just like that trope. Like, don't tell the cops.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so stupid. And no
especially
cops.
in the 90s, there's no way they would have known
No way
if
at
they
all.
went to the cops. Like,
None.
And so, granted, the movie's not supposed to make any sense. To that point, Rhonda and Eddie are unequivocally criminals for what they do to pawn them, like selling all this stuff.
Thank you. This is a big one for me. A big one for me.
They get off
Scot-free, pretty much.
I mean, white privilege at its finest that they just get community service.
Yeah, I wrote down, I know that Rhea and Jerry Van Dyke are the FPD bandits, but Mom and Eddie did 100% steal $10,000 worth of stuff and sell it. They did. That is, I think that qualifies as a felony.
We know that they fully intended to pay it back, but
We
that's
know
not
it.
how the
That's
law
not how the
works.
law
But
works.
also only if they like win the lottery.
Right, yeah, he
Pretty
could have won.
fully dependent
on a
on
big
lottery.
spin. It's
Yeah.
a big spin
By the
there.
way,
Could have
that-
gone 500.
That wasn't on there, but one of the most ridiculous moments of that sequence is like one of the guys before them wins $500,
Dude.
which is clearly the lowest thing on there, and this guy's like, yeah,
You're taking all of my big Wait What's, Rye guy.
Does a secret handshake
The
with Bob
guy, the
Saget.
guy wins the least amount of money he could possibly win. Like, it would be like going on Deal or No Deal and coming away with $1 and being like, yeah,
Stuck it to the banker.
yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Like, he does the worst. The luck
Yeah.
he has is so terrible. He has a secret handshake with Bob Saget. It's crazy. It's a crazy maneuver there.
Yeah. Last one for me, and this has stuck with me really through the rest of my life. Maybe you could argue helped me get where I got in life. Rhonda makes fun of wrestling fans because Eddie buys a Wrestle Mundo magazine, and she's like, "You can't possibly be an intellectual." And hey, 3.92 GPA from Western Connecticut State University. Went on to have a fruitful career at a pretty big wrestling organization. I think most people would say I'm pretty smart. So take that.
Nice.
Rhonda.
Yeah, absolutely, Rye guy, for sure.
Take that, Rhonda.
Help me,
Yeah.
Rhonda. You know what I mean?
Rhonda does use her kids' toothpaste to brush her teeth, and you can't. I hope she brushed her teeth with. I'm not
With real toothpaste.
With real toothpaste,
That's
later,
right.
because that's not doing a darn thing.
That's cotton candy.
Yeah, that's just to make you feel good as a parent. It's like, yeah, I'm
That's
teaching
just
my kids how to,
like routine. is all
teaching my
it's
kids
doing,
how
yeah.
to brush their teeth. It's not doing anything. In fact, it might do damage to adult teeth. I
Those
don't
teeth,
know.
yeah, those baby teeth are falling out.
Yeah, they're falling out. We got to get a head start. Throw some sugar on that bad boy with the toothpaste every night. If we do want to talk about stuff that did not age well, it is these two sweet little white girls throwing chicken bones in the saxophone case of a black man. Not great.
Yeah.
Not a great look.
When you say that didn't age well, I don't know if it aged well the day they shot it.
100%.
Yeah, not great.
100%. Now, granted, these sweet girls don't know what they're doing. Don't know
But the
that they're.
director certainly
Yeah,
does.
These sweet girls don't know that they're committing a hate crime, but yeah, Jeff Franklin certainly
Jeff
did.
Franklin, get
That's-
outta here,
That's
dude.
unfortunately, or unfortunate even. I did get a kick out of Mary
primer
Kate
for
Ashley. I don't know which one it is. Wants I believe a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and she says smooth but not crunchy. So that's interesting because I think the smooth accomplishes the rest of the
right.
sentence.
Her soul just wasn't in that line reading.
Mr. Jeff, I don't want to do it
Mr.
again.
Franklin!
Mr. Franklin, I don't want to
Is
say
this
it.
redundant?
Will it work? Smooth, but not crunchy. You know that.
Yeah, smooth but not crunchy.
You know that
How
smooth,
smooth?
not crunchy.
Yeah.
And then my last one is: what are the odds that almost everybody at the skating rink's wearing a red hat?
Yeah.
The
lot
amount
of
of
red hats.
no one's wearing any other hats of a different color. If you are on the skating rink, it is only red hats. And that's interesting. I know it's Christmas time and that there probably is a lot of red hats, but surely there'd be a green or a blue in there
Yeah,
somewhere,
green,
right?
White, yeah.
Eddie's over there. He's got 1,000 red hats.
10 red
I
hats.
don't know, man. Clint lost his whole family in the blip. Like anything
That's
can
right.
happen.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah, never forget.
Odds mean nothing.
Never forget.
Like, you know.
No, you're exactly right about that. Yes. Dana?
Yeah, this movie took me back to the 90s in a lot of ways, but the main one was two 5-year-olds just out on the street playing by themselves and then subsequently arguing over who gets to sit in the front seat of a car. Like now, literally, they're like the side airbag will kill your child until they're 13 or 4'9", and these two 5-year-olds are like, just like my parents were just like, go out and play when I was 4 years old. And I would just run around as a 4-year-old. And then I would call shotgun and I would sit in the front seat of the car. Nothing more 90s than those two things. And that's not a wait, what? That's just, it is a time capsule of what this movie is. It is pretty crazy in any era for the cops to make a "I'm going to shoot you" joke. And they make one in this movie. The cops to Eddie tell him that they're going to shoot him and be like, "Ha ha, got you. We'd never do that." What is this, 3 years from Rodney King? Like, what are we doing? Are you serious? The police are doing we're not going to get you a bit. That's tough. That's tough, guys. It's a tough thing to do, and they did it. So, I don't know why, but they decided now is the time. Now is the time to make that joke. A couple of quick ones. Eddie says, grown-ups will say anything to get you to cooperate. I'm sorry, what? What? His premise, and I know he's Eddie, but he says, let me let you in a little secret, kids. Grown-ups will just lie to you just to make you do what they want. I hope not. I hope there's not a rash of that going around.
This guy's about to be their legal guardian.
That's right. Yeah. Rhea Perlman says, after we get this money for these kids, we'll be rich and never have to work again. Ma'am, it's $10,000. I don't know.
92.
92, that doesn't even get you a year. No. And then
Probably
lastly,
buy a house for that.
but we
though.
need to camp here for a moment or two. There's a live lotto spin show Christmas Eve night.
Yeah.
And everybody's spending time with their families. Just kidding. They're all in a live studio audience watching other people spin a wheel for money on Christmas Eve night. Like Santa is midair out there. And then you have the audacity to make me believe that and then tell me that the hosts of this program are not Danny Tanner and Rebecca Donaldson. Right, guy.
It's not Wake Up San Francisco
Lori
at night.
Loughlin and Bob Saget there. And then one of those two is referenced as a name, not Danny Tanner and Rebecca Donaldson. Those two are both news anchors hosting a lotto show on Christmas Eve night that are not the two news anchors from Wake Up San Francisco. Are you kidding me right now?
The movie doesn't take place in San Francisco.
But they brought him back and they're doing the same bit. Like it's a terrible. Why in the world are they not?
Doesn't make any sense.
Why bring him in? Why bring him in to play the exact same character?
Because the movie stars the Olsen twins.
So then Danny Tanner and Becca Donaldson can be the two news anchors.
This is ridiculous, Dan. This is
Oh
this is
my
an
gosh.
all-time
Oh
low.
my gosh.
This is an all-time
Yeah,
low.
okay. All right. Cool. Your movie sucks.
Let's get to what the Hallmark. Rye Guy, anything you're still wondering about after your many
30th
different
viewing
viewings?
of the movie.
It's probably right around there, right? Yeah. Realistically, yeah, probably right around there. This is a free money. I'm giving somebody this idea. There's an incredible brand. I've played this for you at a marathon a couple years ago. There's an incredible version of To Grandmother's House We Go by Pentatonics with Lindsey Sterling. It's a slapper and a half. Really, really cool version of the song. Blew me away the first time I heard it. If somebody wants to crush it on TikTok, take that song, take clips from To Grandmother's House We Go, the film, and make like an epic action trailer. Like, and people would be like, this is nuts, right? So that's free idea. I don't have the time, but someone else could do that and make a lot of money, or at least get a lot of views on the internet.
Do you think this is actually, correct me if I'm wrong, Rye Guy, their great-great-grandmother?
It's just great grandmother.
Great-grandmother.
It's her
it's just a
mom.
great-
They
Sorry,
say that.
great-grandmother.
They say
Yes,
it.
Grandma
yes.
Mimi.
So not
Yeah.
just grandma, but great-grandma.
That's right.
Yeah.
She is a great. So do you think she's pretty sad? They show up unplanned only because they happen to be right outside of her door because the dog,
Fortuitous.
and they stay for all of what? 5-10 minutes because they
Well,
got
their parents their mother gets arrested. It wasn't by choice.
I understand, but she gets her hopes up. Finally, my family. I'm the great grandma of these girls. How many more Christmases do I have?
I would imagine
She's
that
gotta
after
be
they
pretty bummed, right?
yes, but I would imagine after they drop off all the packages on early Christmas morning, they go back to Grandma Mimi's.
You think so?
Yeah, there's the.
I
the
hope,
reason-
I
they
hope
gotta,
so.
they
Now,
gotta.
who's taking care of the dog? I guess is the only thing at home. Maybe that wretched babysitter, like
Great Grandma Mimi
yeah.
is getting ripped off of this movie. Not only is the title of the movie "To Grandmother's House We Go," which once they
You
get
wanted to
there,
be
we
the great grandmother's house.
No,
We go.
well, they get there and they leave. I'm just saying, this poor woman, she was told, hey, thank you for the letter. Thanks for, you clearly want us to come, go to the carnival with you. We're going to go to the carnival. We're not going to tell you. We're going to be at the carnival. We're not going to tell you. And then we will show up at your door unexpected for 5 minutes, but then we got to bounce for the Christmas Eve lottery show.
That's
Man.
not.
I don't think that's how that worked.
Great Grandma Mimi
she
is
gets
sad.
more time.
You think so?
I felt like she got more time, but I see how you
Yeah.
got
Also, we don't know how long of a between when Eddie and Rhonda get there. That could have been hours.
Could have been
you know?
hours.
that.
Could have
Yeah.
been hours.
Could have been hours.
Yeah, this is the first Mary-Kate and Ashley TV or direct-to-VHS movie. I just have a question for Rye Guy. Considering how I'll never watch any of these other ones again, what's the next best one, Rye Guy?
That's a great
I can
question.
give you some titles to jog your memory if you'd like.
You're saying only made for TV. Not
Here are your
including It
op-
Takes
Double
Two?
Double Toil and Trouble, How the West Was Fun, Billboard Dad, Passport to Paris, Switching Goals, Our Lips Are Sealed, Winning London, Holiday in the Sun, Getting There, When in Rome, The Challenge. Of those films,
Okay, so yeah, not taking It Takes Two because that was theatrical. And it's probably
yes,
the
It
best.
Takes Two is theatrical, New York Minute
Right.
theatrical. That's right.
So The Challenge is very famous because actually, it's one of Megan Fox's, if not her first role, it's one of her
Okay.
first roles. That actually also premiered on ABC, much like this film. Double Double Toil and Trouble might have as well. For me, it's probably Double Double or Switching Goals, though. Like that middle section that you said of Switching Goals and the one before it, like
Passport to
Billboard Dad.
Paris, Billboard Dad.
Yeah, those are probably, if you like went to like the real diehard MK&A fans, those are probably the answers. But it's I would say qualitatively, they're still really, really young for Double Double Toil and Trouble, and I haven't seen many of those in years and years and
I
years.
got you.
But
Okay.
I'll go that, or if you want me to be like, find the median, find the primer, I'll go switching goals.
Nice. I love it.
Very good.
Yeah.
But that's a better question for Aaron Shea or Langley.
Okay.
This
Done.
was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. Next week, we are watching a movie that I watched as a kid. It is Santa and Pete.
Yeah, we are.
Santa and
we
Pete, which is, best I understand, streaming everywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want to
Anywhere
find
you
it,
wanna find it, you can find
Is it really?
It is in a lot of places. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, coming back for that. Until then, may the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas. Deck the Hallmarks, the Bramble Jam podcast produced by Brandon Gray. And yeah, that Greenville, South Carolina. For more information on the show, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. Follow us on the socials at Deck the Hallmark. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcast to help others find the show. To help us out financially, you go to BrambleJamPlus.com. What are you going to get? The best corner of the internet, live video watch-alongs,
Right.
movie chats,
Wow.
and ad-free podcasting. Where are you going to find it, Brand?
BrambleJamPlus.com.